Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do squares and square roots, chapter 3, exercise 3b. Question 11. Find the square root of 7.832 correct to two decimal places. This is the first question. So first we're going to find the square root. So let's do that. So we draw a line. So let's write this number here, 7.832. Now we know that when we have to do two decimal places, we need to have three pairs of digits after the decimal point. We need to have three pairs of digits. So here when we mark our digits here in pairs, we start from left to right after the decimal point. Now here we need to have, and here also we need to have digits. So here we don't have a digit, so we're going to put a 0 and here two zeros. So now we have three pairs of digits because we have to correct to two decimal places. And here we mark the pairs from right to left. There's only one digit, so we just mark that. Now we begin a normal division method of finding the square root of 7.832. So let's look at a number which will give us a number close to this when we write the square of that number. So if we say 2, 2 2s are 4. If we say 3, 3 3s are 9, which is bigger, so we have to use only 2. So let's begin with 2. So this is 2, 2s are 4 minus. Now carry the point up. This point that is here, you have carried it up. Now we bring down the first pair of numbers after subtracting. So 7 minus 4 is 3. So let's write down 3 and bring down the other pair, which is 8, 3. So now our number is 383. Next step, double this. So this is 2. So double of 2 is 2 into 2 is 4. Now we need to write a digit next to 4. So let's think of a digit next to 4 and multiply with it to get a number close to 383. So now let's write down 4 here, and next to it let's write the digit 7. So 47 into 7. Let's see how much that is. 7 sevens are 49, carry 4. 7 fours are 28 plus 4 is 32. 329. Now we can also try with 4 and let's put 8 next to it. 48 into 8. Here, remember the number is 383 and we've got 329. That's why we're trying again with 8. Now 8 8s are 64, carry 6. 8 4s are 32 plus 6 is 38. So this has become 384, whereas this is 383. This is smaller, so we can't use this number. So we're going to use 329. That means next to 4 we have to write the digit 7. So here we're going to write 7. So this is 7 and here into 7. So 47 into 7 is 329. Let's subtract this now. So here we need to borrow. So this is 7, 13. 13 minus 9 is 4. 7 minus 2 is 5. Now we have to bring down the next pair, which is 20. We have to bring that down here. So now we have 20. Now let's go back to the quotient. Let's take this as 27. Now we have to write the double of 27. That means 27 into 2, which is 54. So let's write 54 here. Now we have to put a digit next to this so that we get a number close to this. Okay, so let's write 54 here. And next to it, let's write the digit 9 into 9. Let's see how much we get. 9 9s are 81, carry 8. 9 4s are 36 plus 8 is 44, carry 4. Then 9 5s are 45 plus 4 is 49. 4,941. We can write it here. That means next to 54 we have to put the digit 9 and make it 549 and here into 9. 549 into 9 is 4,941, which we just found out. Now we're going to subtract this. So let's subtract and see, borrow from here. So 10 minus 1 is 9. And again we have 1 we need to borrow from here. So this has become 3. 11 minus 4 is 7. And again we need to borrow. So this is 4 and 13. 13 minus 9 is 4. Now we have to bring down the last pair, that is 2 zeros. So let's write down the 2 zeros here. So now what do we have? We have 47,900. Let's double this, 279, ignoring the point. So that is 279 into 2. 2 9s are 18, carry 1. 2 7s are 14 plus 1 is 15, carry 1. 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5, 558. So let's write that down here. So that is 558. Now next to this, we need to get a digit and multiply by it. So let's write 558 here. 558. Now we need to get a digit next to this. So let's put 8 and multiply by 8 and see 8 into 8 here. 8 8s are 64, carry 6. Again 8 8s are 64 plus 6 is 70, carry 7. 8 5s are 40 plus 7 is 47, carry 4. 8 5s are 40 plus 4 is 44. So we have 44,704. So that is quite close to this number. So next to 558, we are going to put the digit 8. So let's write 8 into 8. And what do we get? 44,704. So now here let's subtract this. So here let's borrow from here. 8, 10. Now that's 9 and 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. Then we have 9. Then 8 minus 7 is 1. 7 minus 4 is 3. Now we are going to stop with this. We don't have to continue with our division because here we have 3 decimal places and our question says find the square root correct to 2 decimal places. So let's write down this number, that is 2.798. Now 2 decimal places means we stop with 9. Now look at the digit next to 9. The digit next to 9 is more than 5. If it's more than 5, then 9 should change into 10. So that means I'm adding 1 here, isn't it? I'm adding 1 here. So this becomes 10. So I carry 1 more here. I put a 0 and I've carried 1. So 7 plus 1 is 8. Point and 2 remains as it is. So correct to 2 decimal places, the answer is 2.80. So this is the first answer. Now there is one more question as part of this, and what is that? To 2 significant digits, find the square root of this number correct to 2 significant digits. Digits means we have to exclude the 0 after the decimal point. So here 2 significant digits, we just need these 2 digits, 2.8. So the answer here is 2.8 and we are not going to include the 0. So we have corrected it to 2 decimal places here and 2 significant digits here. Question 12. Find the least number which must be subtracted from 1205 so that the resulting number is a perfect square. That means now this is not a perfect square, but when we subtract some number from it, the resulting number will become a perfect square. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the division method here. So in the division method, let's write down 1205. Now this is a whole number, so a pairing is done from right to left. So we have here one pair and here one pair. Now let's begin. This is 12. So let's use a number that is 3. 3, 3, the square of 3. 3 3s are 9 minus, now let's borrow here. So this is 0 and 12. 12 minus 9 is 3 and then we bring down the first pair. So that is 0, 5. So now our number is 305. Let's write the double of 3. The double of 3 is 6. 3 2s are 6. Now we need to put a number next to 6. We need to have a digit here and multiply by the same digit to get a number close to 305. So let's take 6. Let's put the digit 4 next to it and multiply by 4. 4 4s are 16, carry 1. 4 6 are 24 plus 1, 25. So we can use 256 by putting the digit 4 next to 6 and multiplying by 4. So here when I put 4 it becomes 64 multiplied by 4 is 256. Continue minus. Now we need to subtract here. So when we subtract we need to borrow. So let's borrow from here. So this becomes 10. Again it becomes 9 and 15. Now 15 minus 6 is 9 and 9 minus 5 is 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. So our remainder is 49. Now whenever you have to find the least number which must be subtracted, when you have the word subtracted, remember the remainder is your answer. So which is the least number that must be subtracted from 1205? 49. When you subtract 49 from it, the resulting number will be a perfect square. So here The answer here is the least number which must be subtracted is 49. So this is our answer. To verify this answer, what you can do is subtract 49 from 1205 and find the square root. You will get a perfect answer there. Okay. Question 13. Find the least number which must be added. This time added so that the resulting number is a perfect square. So as you know, it is not a perfect square now, but we're going to add a number to it to make it a perfect square. So here also we're going to use the division method. So let's begin. So here it's the same question as the previous one, but we'll still work it out. So we do our pairing here again from here to here. So we have this. So we continue. 3. We're going to use 3 here. 3 threes are 9 minus 12 minus 9 is 3, and then we bring down this 305, and then we doubled this 3 which is here. When you double it, you get 6. 3 2s are 6, which we write here 6. And then what did we do? We put a digit next to 6. That is, we wrote down 6 here and we put the digit 4 next to it and we multiplied by 4. 4 4s are 16, carry 1. 4 6 are 24 plus 1 25. So we use this number just like the previous one. So next to 6 we have to put 4. So here we're going to put 4 and we're going to multiply this by 4. 64 into 4 is 256. Then we subtract. When we subtracted, do you remember children what we got? We got 49, isn't it? We'll still subtract and see. So 15 minus 6 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 4, 49. Now if your question says find the least number which must be subtracted, then you just take the remainder. That is your answer. But here it says that must be added. I hope all of you remember in the previous video we worked out sums like this. Whenever it is added, look at your quotient. So this is your quotient 34. What you need to do is take the number next to 44. What is the number after 34? 35. So we have to take the number 35 and find the square of 35, not the square root, the square of 35. That means 35 into 35. When you multiply, you will get 1225. Okay, so let me repeat that. Take your quotient. Look at the quotient, it's 34. Take the number next to the quotient, which is 35, and find the square of that. Get your answer. Now you're going to take this answer and see what's given in the question and subtract both. So we're going to take 1225 and subtract 1205 from it. So let's do that. 1225 minus 1205. So 5 plus 5, 0, 5 minus 5 is 0, and then we have 2 here, 0. So what do we have here? 20. So the answer here is 20. Let's write it here. That means, so this is the number that must be added so that the resulting number is a perfect square. Let's write that answer. The least number that must be added is 20. So if you add 20 to this number, 1205, you will get 1225, and then that becomes a perfect square. The square root of that is 35. Question 14. Find the least number which must be subtracted. This time it is subtracted so that the resulting number is a perfect square. So whenever it is subtracted, it's easy. You have to just find the square root by the division method and the remainder is the answer. So let's do that. So let's find this now. So 2037, and let's pair it from the right to the left. So we get 2 pairs. Now we have 20 here. So let's begin. We can use the number 4 because the square of 4 4s are 16. Minus, borrow from here. 10 minus 6 is 4. Now we bring down the next pair, which is 37. Next step is doubling this. 4 into 2. 4 into 2 is 8. Now we have to write a digit next to 8 and get a number close to this. So let's write the number 8, and next to that let's write the digit 5 and multiply by 5 and see what we get. 5 5s are 25, carry 2. 5 8s are 40, plus 2 is 42. 425, which we can write below 437. That means next to 8 we have to write the digit 5. So that will be 85 into 5. So that is 425. minus 7 minus 5 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1, and the remainder is 12. So the remainder is your answer. That means the least number that must be subtracted from 20237, that is 2037, is 12. So when you subtract 12 from that, the resulting number is a perfect square. So the answer is 12. So let's write that down. The least number which must be subtracted is 12. So this is your answer. You can subtract and check and see. Question 15. Find the least number which must be added to 5483 so that the resulting number is a perfect square. So this is not a perfect square, but we're going to add a number to it to make it a perfect square, and we're going to find out that number. So let's begin by using the division method. 5483. Let's pair it up from the right to the left, right to the left. Now the first pair here is 54. Think of a number whose square is close to 54. The number 7. 7 sevens are 49. Minus, this is 4, 14. 14 minus 9 is 5. We bring down the next pair, which is 83. Now our number is 583. Let's double 7. 7 twos are 14. Now we need to write a digit next to 14 and multiply and get a number close to it. So we have 14, and let's write the digit 4 next to it, multiply it by 4 and see what we get. 4 fours are 16, carry 1. 4 fours are 16 plus 1, 17, carry 1. 4 ones are 4 plus 1, 5. So we have 576, which we can write here. That means next to this 14, we have to write the digit 4. So that is 144 into 4 is 576. So let's subtract this now. So here we need to borrow. This is 7 and 13. 13 minus 6 is 7. So the remainder is 7. We are not looking at the remainder. When do we look at the remainder? When the question is subtracted. So whenever it is added, we look at the quotient. Now the quotient here is 74. Now we have to think of the number after 74, which is 75. And we have to get the square of 75. And the square of 75 is 5625. So you have to multiply 75 into 75. You will get this. Now take this number and the number given in the question and subtract the two. So 5625 minus 5483. Let's do that subtraction. Minus 5483. 5 minus 3 is 2. Now we need to borrow here. So this is 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. We have 142. So when you subtract, you get 142. Now this is your answer. That means if you add 142 to this number 5483, you will get 5625, which is a perfect square. The square root is 75. So our final answer is 142. So the least number which must be added is 142. So remember, when you have to add, you have to look at the quotient. When you have to subtract here, you have to look at the remainder. So now children, the answer to this question is 142. With this, we have come to the end of this exercise. Thank you, children.